Hello and welcome back to Finding McGeeda Jones. I hope January 2023 is treating you well. And today we are doing a recap of 2022 in terms of spending, investing, and saving. What did I do last year? How does it all come out in the wash? And what kind of changes based on what I did last year am I planning on doing for the 2023, for the rest of 2023? If you're interested in that, stay tuned. So in 2022, I invested in my work Roth 401k, my individual Roth IRA, and I have an HSA, and I have a taxable account. Okay. So the Roth 401k, I don't know if you know the difference between a Roth 401k and a traditional 401k, but the Roth 401k is the contributions are made post tax. So you're contributing, you're making your contributions after they've been taxed. Traditional IRA, the contributions are made before they are taxed. So the difference between those two, after you end your investment life cycle and you are in retirement, the money that you put into a traditional 401k will be taxed at your current tax rate. The money that you put into a Roth IRA will not be taxed because you've already paid taxes on it. Unless the law changes between now and when I retire, hopefully in 7 years, fingers crossed, that's the goal, I will have a chunk of money in my investment portfolio that will not be taxed when I withdraw on it. And that is the goal. I don't want to have to pay. I want to pay as little taxes as possible. So that's why I switched going forward, my 401k to a Roth 401k. And the reason I didn't do it to begin with, because I've been with my company for a number of years, and when I started, they did not offer a Roth 401k. And when they offered it, I immediately switched. So there you go. So, and of course, the same goes with a Roth IRA. It is post-tax contributions. So your growth and the money that you have when you take it out is not taxed. Okay, taxable account gets taxed at your normal tax rate. So that's how these all work. So, and we're going to start with my work 401k, my Roth 401k. I contributed $11,726 for the calendar year 2022. This amount does not include my employer contribution, and I do meet the match. So I will tell you that if you are not investing enough in your 401k to meet the match, do at least up to the match. Okay, it's free money. Why wouldn't you do it? Just do it. Okay. I started the year of 2022 at $1,748,822. Now, I had mentioned in my bullet journal setup that I thought I was at 200. I need to change that chart because I'm actually at 160. So we're going to need to change that chart. But anyway, I started the year higher and ended it with $161,832. Now, this amount includes $11,000 worth of investments put into there, plus my employer contribution. So that shows you between the start of 2022 and the end of 2022, how much stocks have tanked. Or if you want to look at it in a more positive way, which is the more accurate way, how much stocks are on sale, went on sale in 2022. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm back. I had a visitor at the door. Okay. So we just went over the my Roth 401k, how I feel that the fact that this is at least 13k lower than from the start of the year shows me with at least $11,000 plus investments, shows me how much stocks are on sale. And for a person like me who looks at the historical data of how the stock market works, like what happened in 2008 versus when the stocks tanked in 2008, and how people who kept investing and putting money into the stock market some of them millionaires were made during the stock market crash of 2008. Now, how I would never wish that stocks tanked. I will never wish for a recession. I will never wish for the economy to go down. I will, if I have the means to take advantage of it, will take advantage of it. And this is what I think taking advantage of it is. You keep investing. If you can invest more, do it. If you feel secure in your investments, keep investing. If you can invest more, do it. And I feel that this number, whenever it comes back up, is going to be amazing. And hopefully in 7 years, when the stocks come back up and the markets are doing relatively well, I will be happy that I put this much money and kept putting this much money into the stock market, into my 401ks. And I will have a nice little nest egg by the time I'm ready to retire, hopefully in 7 years. Okay, let's move on. The same goes for my Roth in terms of my investing philosophy. Now, usually, because I'm over the age of 50, I'm able to invest a maximum $7,000 in my Roth, which I did. And I think 50 and under, it's $6,500. It's 50 and over, it's $7,000. Now, the same situation happened with the start of the year is with the end of the year. It's like a $3,000 difference. I'm not worried about it because I'm not planning on taking out for at least another 7 years. So we're just gonna keep that chugging along. And the next one is my HSA. Now, if you're not sure what an HSA is, it's a high deductible. It's a high deductible medical insurance plan where you have a high deductible. But once you pay that high deductible, pretty much most of your fees and everything are paid for by the plan. I like this because your deductible can be between either $5,000 or $6,000. It depends on how much, but it is a high deductible. Now, when I first heard of the HSA, and I'm like, who is going to save up that kind of money? Blah 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 blah. The HSA is not good for people who have ongoing illnesses or have to buy a lot of medication or expensive medication or have to visit the doctor a lot, because you will just blow through your money. However, if you're young and relatively healthy, a HSA can work wonders for your investments, and you can use it as an investment tool if you don't need to take out the funds on a regular basis, if you can let them sit there for a while. I would not suggest investing any money in your HSA if you know you have chronic or ongoing illness or something that you need to treat, that you need to pay out of pocket, unless you can afford to pay for that out of pocket without hurting yourself financially. If you cannot and you need to use the money that you put in your HSA by the end of the year, do not invest it. It makes no sense. But I am relatively healthy, knock on wood. God willing, I will be relatively healthy for the next 7 years. I knew that I was able to invest any money that I put in my HSA into the stock market. And they allow you to do that to help it grow. Now, the HSA, any money the great thing about the HSA is that money that you put in, it goes with you wherever you go. It stays with you for a lifetime until you spend it. And if you put into the stock market and put into some investments, and I put into a total stock market fund, I was very conservative with it. It can grow a lot, and it can give you money for when you retire for all your medical expenses. So that's what I use my HSA for. And the way I helped it grow is over the years, I just put the maximum amount in there and I didn't touch it. And my first goal was to meet that out-of-pocket deductible. And once I met that, I just kept growing it. So this is the result of a couple more than 5 or 6 years of growth into my HSA, constantly investing that amount. And that's what I got here. So the maximum amount I was able to invest in my HSA last year was $3,650. Because I was on a threshold, I think at 55 you can invest an extra $1,000. But I turned 55 in August, so most of the year I was still at the original under 55 limit. So that's how much I invested. This year, I added additional $1,000 on top of this, so I'm going to be investing almost $5,000 into my HSA, and this is one of the few that increased. So this started out at 25K and it went up to about 5K to 30K, and this is in a down market, so I'm interested in seeing how that will grow next year. My last one is my taxable account. My taxable account is basically where when I do a 100 envelope challenge, I take those envelopes out and I put money into the thing. That money goes into this account. Now, what you guys don't see is I've added every week I contribute $10 to this account. So every month it's $40 every month. If it's a 5-week month or whatever, it's $50. But every week I contribute $10 to this account in addition to what I pull out from my 100 envelope savings challenge. So I had before I transferred over to M1, which I did in April of 2022, I had $5,600 just sitting in my banking account, and I wanted to move it over to M1 because I wanted to do fractional shares of the total stock market. So I wanted to be able to buy small amounts and put it towards that investment of the total stock market. So I started out with 5,600, which I had accumulated over years, but it was just sitting there. I wasn't contributing to this because I had to buy a whole share, and I didn't want to be able to buy a whole share. So I transferred over to M1 where I could do fractional shares. And when I transferred over to M1, I started investing consistently because I can do fractional shares. Since April, I've contributed $1,149. It started at $5,600, and now it is at $6,307. So overall, my contributions for the year 2022 were $23,525. And my starting balance and my net worth, this does not include cash, this is all investments, was $254,757. My ending balance of investments was $245,265. Okay, it's like I said, it does not include cash. So I think that's pretty good. This is me investing in a down market where stocks went up and down, and mostly down, and people are hurting. But like I said, my investments, I have confidence in them. I invest in the total stock market. I'm keeping it as is. I'm not touching it. I'm not taking any money out. We're just going to let it ride. Okay. So, just some notes. I had a couple interesting notes here. My Roth 401k, the return on investment was a negative 7.49 for this year. And my taxable account, as I mentioned, this kind of right here where I put my 100 envelope savings into, it was started in April. So I think that's pretty good since it started in April. In my taxable account, the average contribution was $143 per month. And like I said, the taxable account includes auto investments of $10 a week. I might increase that to $15 a week, but we will see how this whole budgeting thing for 2023 pans out. Okay, so that's my investments, and we're going to move on to, what are we moving on to? We already did my spending. I think that's it. Yeah. Did I cover everything? Yeah, I covered everything. So, yeah, that was a recap of 2023. I thought I had one more category. I didn't. That was a recap for 2023. As we went over my expenses, my spending, some of the things that I'm thinking about changing. We went over my my savings, and we also went over my investments. So, and one last thing before we move on, I'm going to put this off to the side, is I don't know if anybody was interested when you saw my bullet journaling video. I told you that I used stencils to do the lettering and stuff right here, and I used stencils to do this. These are from Dollar Tree, and I would be using stencils a lot going forward. So I told you I had bought some lettering stencils, and I was very happy with them, and I was happy with them. Now, I had gotten in the mail this week. I'm sorry, this was ripped. Just checking. I got in the mail this week another package of something I didn't order. And I was just kind of like, why is this? What is this? I didn't order this. They sent me 2 stenciling sets. And I already gotten one. So I got an extra one here. And if you want to see what the letters are in here, it's a smaller set, and I'm not quite sure why they sent it. They didn't charge me for it, so I'm just kind of like, why send this to me? So we've got these letterings. Just kind of go over the letterings here. You got to punch out some of these holes. Okay, so I got this. I already have these stencils. So these are extras, and I don't need 2 sets of stencils that I already have. And I contacted Amazon. They're just like, yeah, you just keep it. Well, because I'm in a decluttering phase and I don't need these, I thought, you know what? maybe I'll give them away to one of my lucky viewers. So if any of you are interested in getting these stencils, I will send them to you free of charge. And yeah, you will have your own little set of stencils, and you don't have to pay me for them. I'll just send them to you. I'm just in the mood to declutter some things, and since I already have them, I thought I'd gift them to someone else. So if anybody's interested, let me know in the comments, and I will ask you to put if you're interested and you want me to put you in the running for these stencils. By the way, I will be having a 500 subby giveaway coming up soon. Don't think I forgot about that, but this is not part of it. This is just, if anybody wants a set of stencils, maybe they want to do it for crafting or whatever. Maybe they're starting their own bullet journal and they want a set of stencils. I can send these to you. Just put in the comments #stencils, and I will put you in a drawing, and I will announce it on one of my upcoming videos who will be getting these stencils. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this 2020 review, and I hope it inspired you to look back at your expenses from the previous year and see where you can make changes and cuts, or maybe increases. Like for me, I definitely have to increase giving. So maybe it'll inspire you to maybe take advantage of the sale that we're having on stocks and invest more into the stock market. And I just hope it gives you kind of insight on where I started, where I began. I like doing this every year because I like the data, and hopefully next year we will be reading this data from this book going forward. I'm hoping that I capture a lot more data in here, that I can give you a more robust 2023 review. That's what we're hoping for. But yeah, that's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, if you're interested in getting these stencils, I will send them to you free of charge. And just put #2020. No, don't put a #2020. Put a #stencils in the description box, and I will put you in the running to win these stencils. And for an upcoming video, I will announce who got this pack of stencils. Okay, so I guess that's it. So I will talk to you all later. I will see you in the next video. The next video is going to be a binder reorg, which I am so excited about. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.